Hello guys, so today I have a new live stream recap news video prepared for you. We are getting two new units. The idle units are going to be reran, so we're gonna have the two idle banners from the past and also the new banner with a new Asfi adventure and also a Lulune. We also are obviously getting the Familia rush, which has been announced last week, and we will be looking at all of the details in the video. I have updated my overlay for the videos, which you can see obviously on the screen. Hope you enjoyed the new swimsuit units and we all get to look at them. Anya is missing. I wanted to put Anya there instead of eyes in the corner, but it didn't end up looking as good because of all the extra particles around the sprite of her that I had. So eyes is gonna have to do for now. So if we go straight ahead and look at the two new units, here is the Asfi, which is an idle unit, and also the Luluna, which is just the same outfit as she appeared in on the anime. The Asfi is a balance type unit. She has some earth attacks and she's meant for war game. She is kind of like a mix up of Alicia, Light Bell, because she has status debuffs, and also Shakti because she has the extra action heals. So I can't really tell you if she's going to be good or not, because I have been wrong with Shakti in the past, where we expected Shakti to be really good and it actually didn't end up being the case. So she is meant to be used in a stall composition, or like a semi-stall of sorts, where you want to stall until turn 4 for the first essay, or maybe later, or more than that. But I'm not sure if she ends up actually replacing the Alicia, because the Alicia does have the strength and magic buff removal from the enemy team, which is a useful feature, even though she has the same AoE resist debuff. The Aspi has a 50% AoE resist buff for your units on her essay, but I'm not sure if you can even guarantee that she essays. Probably if you do, set it on buff. And I'm not sure if that essay has much importance, because usually if you survive until the turn 4 essay, you are likely to survive after that as well, unless it's the enemy essay that ends up killing you on turn 4, in which case it would help with the extra 15% AoE resist. That is, of course, if she does end up going faster, and she does have a good agility of 1130, so that does help her there. Her magic and strength stat, she uses magic, not the strength, so the strength is pretty much useless, but her magic stat is only 1500 because of the fact that she's a balance unit, so she shouldn't be doing that much damage. She has a single target attack as well, but with the lower magic, I don't think we'll ever use her in Record Buster. The Luluna is a magic earth attacker. She has a, I can't really say high magic stat, but it is higher than the Asfi, because nowadays we're used to the magic stat being at 2000 on these screenshots. So it is a little bit lower than what we are getting nowadays. The agility is lower as well on 1000, but she does have extra actions on her skill 1, and she does buff herself, and she is a good attacker for earth compositions, but I don't think she is like incredibly busted or anything of the sorts. So I personally am likely just going to be doing one pull on the banner, hoping for a Lulune to get a new unit for CP, because that does reward some Iris in the long run. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. Lulune does have 50% counter damage and a skill-free single target attack as well, which does have a great magic boost, so it might be usable with the counter damage plus 50%, but who knows. Another thing is that she does have Insect Killer, and Asfi has it too. So they might be used in a stage of Familia Rush, and we'll take a look at that when we get to the Familia Rush stages, because there is a stage that is actually insects, not just the aqua that we've been expecting because of the swimsuit banners from last unit reveal. So yes, the idle rerun events with the banners are here, and with that also comes the story that you can farm, and the EU, I mean, everybody's also getting copies for Hermes, the assist, which is a light fire and crit rate buff, if I remember correctly. And the EU server is gonna get this for the first time because we have not had the Idol and Popstar event. So for everyone that doesn't have other light or fire buffers, or a combination of those, Hermes is definitely a good unit to use for that spot. So make sure to get him from the event, get all the copies, and MLB him, because he is pretty nice for this. We are also getting the buffs on the units as we did expect, although the buffs aren't like that high. I will just quickly go through them. So Ice is getting a high penetration rate on skill 1, which is basically irrelevant, but she is getting counter damage plus 50, so that makes her more viable in Record Buster, so that's great. Ice is getting a good buff there. Anna Kitty, skill 3, gets a little bit more damage, she has more magic resist, and then both, all of Anna Kitty, Filvis, and Lefia are getting stat buffs, and they are getting about 60 strength or magic, 40 agility, and 25 dexterity, so that's good. Lena's skill 3 is getting a little bit more damage, which is useless. Filvis skill 1 debuff is increased by 1 turn, which is good because a lot of the buff removals currently are -2 turns. So after, if the buff you're applying or a debuff you're applying is 3 turns, then after the -2 it goes away at the end of the turn. So having it at +4 or 4 turns makes it actually stay on for 1 more turn, basically. And Lefia's getting a crit damage up. So basically they are, the units were usable before this, and the buffs, even though they aren't like really substantial, make them that much more useful. And we are also getting the banners. Backstage Eyes is also obviously on the banners, but she didn't get buffed at all. In any case, all of these units are still usable, but given that we're getting so many banners and the third season of anime is coming out, and with that more banners, I am not sure how much you can afford to spend on the banners. But if you do have guaranteed steps on pull 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, and half cost, so 200 items instead of 400, on pull 1, 2, 1, 3, 5, and 7 and 9. So yeah, I personally might just be looking to get a copy of Anna Kitty because I need to unlock her Ascension, and that would make her +5. But other than that, I don't think I can afford to spend much. We are finally getting the essay skip button that was promised to us a couple of weeks ago, and we are also getting an option to forfeit a wargame match. So this makes it a useful feature when you're stuck in there battling a stall composition that would usually go to more than 10 turns or 15 turns, but you're sure you're going to lose because you have less HP at the end. That feature saves your time there, so if you do want to forfeit the match, you can do it through that option. They are also adding more stuff to Story Digest, which is obviously a good thing. The Season 3 anime is coming with a login bonus, and it should start 2 days after the Familia Rush starts. So the Familia Rush should be coming out on Thursday. So this should be coming out on Friday or Saturday or something like that. But we are going to be getting 150 Iris, some Hero Lights, some Pink Fauna, Hero Fauna, and a 4-star guaranteed 11-draw ticket. So hopefully you get something nice from that. And the Hero Lights are always welcome. The record buster that we're getting this week is a Reveria with dark attacks. Well, not really dark attacks, but she's gonna be weak to light. So make sure to use your light units, I'm assuming, because it is usually the opposite element. And the Familia Rush, we're just gonna look at it quickly. I'm not really gonna go into detail about it, but as always, there are 3 stages. The first one is 5 enemies, and for the first one you want to use water units with Aqua Killer because the enemies are Aqua, and you want your units to be physical instead of magical because they do have minus 20% physical resist and plus 40% magical resist. The enemies on stage 1 can also stun, so make sure you bring your stun anklets. Even though stage 2 is supposed to stun as well, so I'm not sure if this is 100% correct, because usually we don't have 2 stages that can stun at the same time. So just make sure to recheck once English slides are out, because currently they still haven't released the English slides and we have the Japanese ones like this, so we're working with translations. So yeah. Stage 1 is physical AoE Aqua Killer units. So the new swimsuit Eyes, the new swimsuit Lunar, swimsuit Haru. So yeah, those ones. Also the arcade ones, I guess, if you have those at high level for some reason. Stage 2 is surprisingly insect enemies. As you can see, there's 3 insects. They are weak to earth and weak to light. More so to earth. Earth resistance is minus 50% and light resistance is minus 20. And you can use both physical and magic resist units and magic units because the physical resists is 0 and magical resist minus 20. So magic might do a little bit more, but physical is still very usable. And they also are supposed to stun, so I guess if both of the stages stun, just make sure to use stun anklets for those, or a stun resistance assist. Stage 3 is 1 aqua enemy, this big fish, and the resistances are minus 60% light resistance, 30% physical resistance and 0% magical resistance, so you should be using your magic light units. Lina is definitely the best unit for dealing damage on this stage, supported by the OVA Haru, magic one. So if you have those 2, great, just make sure to deal tons of damage on stage 3. And the stage can stun, but stun is usually disregardable, so you don't really need to run stun anklets, but you can if you need your units to go in time instead of later. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the enemies. I think we covered everything. The Familia Rush should be coming out on Thursday, so in 2 days from now. So make sure to get your teams ready and participate with your Familia. And that's gonna finish the video, I suppose. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please like the video, subscribe for more content. We will be doing I think I'll be doing a more in-depth unit review for Lunar and Asfi, Luluna and Asfi, and also the new, or the buffed units, so you can look forward to that. So yes, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!